And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Eddie Sanchez, who writes, "Hey, John and Rob." Rob's not here today, obviously. "So, The Tomorrow War is released tomorrow. It literally is. It's released tomorrow. The new Chris Pratt film, which from the trailers looks like a pretty fun ride of a movie. Strangely, though, there's no giant buzz circling it. No early reviews. Nothing I've been able to find or read that might give me an idea as to what to expect from it. Not even Rotten Tomato scores or anything. Could this be a sign of something in itself that this might not be a movie to look forward to? What are your thoughts? And stay filthy, my friends." All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, listen, tomorrow, this big new Chris Pratt starring sci-fi action film, The Tomorrow War, which got, dumped off on Amazon, gets its debut on Amazon. The trailers came out not long ago to some mixed reviews. I'd say they overall leaned positive. I enjoyed the trailers that we saw. They leaned positive for me at any rate. But we've heard, listen, I don't know about you guys. I can only tell you from my perspective and with the chair I'm sitting in. I have heard no buzz. I have not heard anybody excited for this, even though the trailers look pretty good. But I have not sensed any sort of anticipation or buzz online. And you're right. When I go over to Rotten Tomatoes, there are no reviews for it. None. And I have always said, when you get to within a week of a film coming out and there's no reviews available for it, that tells me one thing. Now, it's not always 100% true. It's not always 100% true. But generally speaking, when you get to under a week without there being any reviews out, it generally means this. They're hiding this movie. They're hiding it. They're not showing it to any reviewers. They're not showing it to any influencers, because if you had a good movie on your hands, you know what you do? You show it to the influencers and you show it to the critics so word can get out there and they can start saying good things about it. The only reason not to do that is to hide it. And while I am a big fan of Chris Pratt, and I love him in movies, I love the personality and the charm and charisma he brings to the roles. I'm a sucker for the sci-fi epics, humans versus aliens, bring it on all day. I got to tell you, folks, this does not bode well for this movie. Now, again, I am not saying this guarantees the movie's going to be crap. Maybe we watch it tomorrow and we go, holy God, this is like one of the best movies we've seen in years. That could happen. But right now, Aaron, I look at this and this ain't a good sign to me. I don't know. Aaron, let me ask you this. We've got this Chris Pratt movie coming out tomorrow. Have you, either for yourself or the circles you travel in, been feeling a lot of buzz and excitement for this movie? And what do you make of the fact that we haven't even gotten any reviews for this thing when this movie comes out in 24 hours?
Well, I will say, Tom and I have a friend who was the head of he was the head of marketing for one of the major studios, and he said that is actually a thing, that the studios, they only have so many dollars to go around when it comes to marketing and PR. And if they look at a film and they don't see that it is going to be something that ultimately is going to recoup their money, not just in the budget that was spent on the film, but the budget that they would be spending in PR, in marketing, why would you want to pour more money into a movie that you don't believe is actually going to recoup that investment? When we talk about the budget of the movie, and you certainly know a lot more about this than I do, having directed your own movies multiple times, you know that there's the budget for the movie itself. And then there's the whole budget for all of the for all of the marketing and the advertising, the P&R as they call it. And, that is a huge expense for a studio, for anyone who's releasing a movie. So if you don't anticipate that this movie is going to do well at the box office, your number one goal is to start saving money as much as possible. And that includes not holding screenings, not, wasting the energy of your staff to even send out a screener link to potential reviewers. The only real review that I've seen actually only came out less than an hour ago from Adam Graham at the Detroit News. And, he liked it. He gave it a B, no big deal. He wasn't thrilled about it, but he said that Chris Pratt's comedic relief sort of helps the movie along. I personally, the only interest that I have, it's not that I don't like Chris Pratt. I just I feel like Chris Pratt has gotten to the point for me where oh God, who's the actress? Devil Wears Prada, Anne Hathaway.
Right.
Like, there got to a point where Anne Hathaway was everywhere, and then people started hating Anne Hathaway. We called them Hatha-haters. And then Jennifer Lawrence was like, everywhere, and everybody loved her. And then eventually people were like, okay, I get it. Calm down, Jennifer Lawrence. I kind of feel that way about Chris Pratt. I'm a little bit like, Chris Pratt, can you just go hang out for a minute, take your Alec Baldwin hiatus and then come back with something to make me love you again, because I'm kind of overloaded on Chris Pratt at the moment. I will say, who I am thrilled about seeing, although I don't necessarily know if I'm going to see this movie, but I may be interested in seeing it when it comes out on Netflix or on streaming. Betty Gilpin, who I absolutely fell in love with on
From
Glow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the blonde in Glow. She's phenomenal. And then my friend Yvonne Strahovski, who I did Astronaut Wives Club with, is also one of the stars alongside Chris Pratt in this movie. So I'm thrilled for Yvonne Strahovski. I just wish that this movie was getting more buzz for her. But yeah, it definitely is a sign. If you're not seeing ads, if you're not hearing people talking about it, if you're not, especially if the Rotten Tomatoes reviewers have not seen this movie, there is a reason. So I'm going to put this one on the list of, maybe one of these days, if it happens to pop up on a streamer.
Well, it's coming out on Amazon tomorrow. It's coming out on Amazon tomorrow. And I will say
this. Oh,
is
that where it's being released? See, I didn't even realize that.
So since we started the show, 5 reviews have come out 24 hours before it. This is not a good sign. And as of right now, although this is a little deceptive, you got to be careful, because right now there are 5 reviews. 4 of them are positive. However, the highest score is a 7 out of 10. So we've got a B+, a 2.5 out of 5, and 2 3 out of 5s. So, so we got, but 4 of them do lean positive. We'll see, but they don't sound enthusiastic. So we'll see what happens. I never really worry about the Rotten Tomatoes number until it gets to over like 30, 40, or 50 reviews. So hopefully that must mean the review embargo has been lifted today. Again, not a good sign that it's one day before. But anyway, I love Chris Pratt, so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that we love this thing. Question is for you guys. Have you felt any buzz surrounding the Tomorrow War? I have not really had anybody writing into me to talk about it or ask about it, so I don't sense any buzz for it. And again, to me, it's a giant red flag when they're only letting reviews come out literally 24 hours before the movie releases. But hey, that's just me. Question is, guys, how are you feeling about it? Jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.